All right, well then, okay, that's really good. But Dominique, I'm gonna ask you this: why do you think? Or actually not why, but do you think lust directs our decision making, both women and men? Do you feel like that sometimes?
With men, like I said in the beginning, women prepare for this at the beginning of the day by what she wears, how she acts.
You telling me a woman prepare for sex just
That's
in the
what
morning?
I'm trying to say.
I mean, there's a whole lot of women out here saying, what is she talking about?
Don't walk away, you need to hit it.
She ain't preparing for nothing in the morning.
Yeah,
She's preparing for work in the morning.
That's just like you go to your husband and say, hey, we need a new washer and dryer right now. Well, I ain't got it right now. No, okay, now I'm gonna set the scene. I'm gonna get something that you like. I'm gonna cook whatever you want to eat.
For the wash and dry?
Hey,
You'll be a cooking Negro that night.
No, but I'm saying you have to set the scene, you know, whatever.
I get the wash and dry, but I'll go wash it.
No, listen what I'm saying. So you can't just come out and ask for what you want. You're gonna prepare the scene and you're gonna bring his inhibitions down and you're gonna talk to him like, honey, you know we need a new wash, whatever you want, baby. Boom, and you got it. You can't just walk in and say, hey, we need to wash and dry.
Where does he live in? Who is this guy?
I'm just saying how lust can change. I mean, you look at secretaries in the office.
Right.
They have their boss. If they want something, they're gonna look good at work, and that's gonna change the decision making. I mean, that's why a lot of men sleep with their secretaries, because they looking nice. They're different from what they have at home.
That's true.
And they can get exactly what they want because they're different. And a wife or a girlfriend will do the same thing. It would, she may not do the same thing, but you have to prep for what you want. You can't just go in and say, I want this. No, I'm gonna make you lust for me and give you all the things that you want, and then that'll help your decision.
Larson lines from the Players Club.
No, but because men are more visual, like you said, men are more visual. And if I'm coming to you in a presentable way, something that you like, you're not gonna take what I'm saying. You're gonna look at me like, oh my goodness, she look good. Oh, she got on that type of lipstick I got.
I feel it.
She has this on, so what you gotta say, baby? And the whole decision making change.
That's true. Now, there's been plenty of times where I done talk to women and I don't listen to nothing they saying. I'm talking as they respond. All I hear wah.
Right.
And forgive me, ladies, but I mean, I know there's other men out there that may, have that issue at times. But what I'm trying to get to is that when it comes to that lust or that interest that's shown, or they feel like, something may be creeping up, like making them think about certain things a different way, even though they may have a lady, even though they may have a wife, whatever. Why does it sometimes direct decision making to do some things we ain't supposed to be?
Well, I mean, if you look around every day, they use sex to sell everything. They make you lust for whatever's on TV. They use sex all the time. And I do agree with what Dominique was saying to a certain extent, because I can see where she's coming from. I mean, if a woman look nice, you're going to pay attention to what she's talking about. Because you already lusted. You might hear the wah, 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 but you're going to hear a little more than wah, 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 because she said, I sure want to hit that, so maybe I need to pay attention. So when she say, babe, are you hearing me? I'm going to say, I heard everything. So I know what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? But for, lust affects my decision making all the time.
True indeed.
In the house, my wife might not know it, but it does. If she come to me looking good, babe, we need this, I might not know how I'm gonna get it.
But you gonna get it.
But I'm gonna sure try. Because I know at the end, we might hunch. We might hunch.
I'm saying, so Pastor Doom,
I don't know, maybe I'm the wrong man on the counter for this, because everything, that's what I live for. I go to work to get this check. When she say, babe, you got your half? Yes. Are you proud of me? Yes, I am. Are we gonna hunch now? That's what I live for. I don't care about going now, no gifts and all that. Just let me know I'm doing what I need to do so we can hunch. That's what makes me happy.
I do believe women don't understand that a man's gonna do more when he get rewarded in. So I think that is true, but I don't know if that's ever been the story As far as, I don't know if every woman wake up in the morning, look at shoes and be thinking about sex for the day. I just, you know, I don't know. But you know, I'm not a woman, so I don't know that. But I do think that a lot of men, like I said, I believe that men gonna fall for sex every time because it's there. It's an assurance. It ain't like it's a possibility. If a man got a woman that he know down for whatever, that access, he don't get that all the time. And usually, most times people get married, they get comfortable. Right. And so what happens is, and there's not nothing wrong. The woman worried about life and dreams, and she planning the trip. She want to go to Jamaica next year. Like, and so it ain't that she's no less than a woman because she ain't thinking about sex every day, all day. But the other woman, sometimes that's the only opportunity she has, and she feels like, hey, that's where I can get a lot of my pleasure in trying to please this person, and it's available on site. He go home, he hope, he wish. Yeah. You know, he hoped that, you know, she feeling, you know, I hope she ain't tripping. Right. But, you know, when you got somebody that you say says whenever, I think that's why he was falling. But my point is, it ain't just because a man's biggest issue is lust, it's because he got a woman that's just like him. Yep. Yep. That's helping him defeat. I mean, it's like, we talk about like a man's falling because he just masturbating. But he's doing this with another woman. So the fact that we're saying that a man's biggest issue is lust, and there's always a woman to help do it, we got to open that up and say, hey man, it got to be women too. Okay, all right, cool. Well, I'm going to ask you this then, Pastor Dozier, and this question is for everybody also. I'm going to start with you, Pastor Dozier. Why don't you feel men, I ain't going to say lust, but have that same strength of interest in their own woman? So, you know, where they might see some women out looking a certain way, smelling good, looking good, whatnot, or just vulnerability. I think it's just a vulnerability. Like most women that came here tonight, they got dressed, they look nice. Everybody look at the person beside and say, you look nice today, you look nice. See, that what happens is this, but we all know behind the scenes, some of what we see right now don't look like this at the house. Amen. Wow. So what most men do, they struggle all the time because the men see the woman always get excited when she going out to church, going out with her friends, getting ready to go to work. But he see, like, here I am. Right. So what happens is that he sees another woman in the way that he missed his own woman. Meaning he goes out one day and sees another woman who came out the house looking good. Well, he missed his wife looking like that because she was getting ready in the car. Yeah. And so it's not that, I don't think that the man loves her any less. It's just that he don't see that part of her no more because they ain't dating no more. They stay together. Yeah. So now he see her, smell her, she fart, scratching, breath, it's all a part of life. But I'm also a firm believer that's what takes a man out of the world of lust to love is because most women crave for a man to love all of them. And I think you could get more lust out of a woman when she finally recognized this dude want all of me.
I ain't lying, because I want your post-pregnancy belly, stretch marks, I love all that. Yeah. I love all that. You ain't got to worry about being insecure with me. Yeah. I love all that.
So, hey, Dominique, I wanted to ask you this. What do you think women maybe could do to help men that have a higher sex drive or maybe a, higher interest in certain things? What can women do, would you say? And I know it might not be just one thing, but if what would you be able to offer to some women that, have a man that...
Be ye ready. That's scripture. In season and out of season.
Be ready all the time.
What?
Baby, I'm frying and shaking. You ready? No, I ain't ready. The kids in the living room. No, you can't be ready.
Go to your room.
Hold it up.
I think it all starts with communication and knowing the person that you're with. Right. And going back and revisiting. Like I said, women are thinkers. We have to go back and think like, how did we get him? What did he like?
But I think women focus so much on the men chasing them. So when you talk about a woman asking how did we get them, some women think, well, it's not that I got him, but basically it's almost as if the chase was his to be pursuing her. You know what I'm saying?
You got to start the chase over again because men are natural hunters, and once they capture something, it's like, okay, this is mine now.
I'm with you when you're right.
But you got to start the hunt all over again. I ain't gonna give it to you when you want to. I'm gonna make you work for it.
I'm with you
and then you start, the flame come back again, And you gotta start.
I don't agree.
Me neither.
I do not agree.
I watch the Discovery Channel a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me say something this, because like she said, we homeless, and sometimes you got to start the chase back over. You got to make it. Oh, I I want her again. You don't want a nigga no more, right? It's like, listen, when you watch the Discovery Channel, it's like a snake. You ever had a snake? A snake, you can put a snake in a cage right now, and you can drop a dead rat in there, and he gonna walk around that rat. He don't want that rat. Because the hunter in him, he want to hunt down his prey, and he want to hug that thing close, and he want to feel the life leave that rat before he devour it. He want to feel that. It's just like, man, you know, when you play hard to get, now the hunt is on. I'm on you. Once I got you cornered, I say, cool girl, I got you. And then you say, oh man, you got me. That's it. I'm telling you. I feel you a little bit though.
Why you disagree, Pastor?
Cause now he can't disagree, cause he feels
No, I totally disagree because you can't compare a man to an animal because you watch Discovery Channel. That's just,
yes, we can.
but I do. But you gotta look at the pursuit. I get the side of you saying, hey man, a man pursue stuff. I think women do too. I think most women before they die, they either want to be a great mother or a great wife. Probably sometimes once they got you, now they feel like we accomplished that. Now what else on my list? I've been thinking about this since I was 8. Now we married, and she don't. Now she got to learn what else to chase. You know what I mean? She don't know. But it's easy to say it outside of it. That's why a lot of times when we talk about stuff, it's difficult to explain it because from a preacher side of it, I believe the security is one of the things that most women need. And most times people in relationships with a woman, and you don't want all of her. You don't want to take that claim that provider to be her to be her husband because once she get that, she gets this level of security that she can have being your boo. You see what I'm saying? So that's a side of her that's pursuing too. You know what I mean? So I think that it's on both sides. I don't think it's just just a man lose pursuit. I think the woman got a side of her that's pursuing something too. I don't think women just in relationships no more, especially if you over 30, just kicking it. Like you do kicking it.
Yeah.
And even though she ain't saying nothing to you behind the scene, I know I don't make somebody mad here now because you like, she just, I mean, how long she gonna kick it? She was kicking with 2 dudes out of high school and then the girl she lost her virginity with. And so, at certain points, man, a woman wants some security. You wonder why she tripping and why she running her mouth all the time. Some of that is because she pursuing something too. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's more than sex.
Well, I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I feel somewhat that the women have a lot to do with it as well. Now, what I want to say is that women sometimes don't actually take the time to actually get to know their men a lot better. Now, as I talked about where women want the men to pursue them, chase them, now when we get in a relationship, that expectation is still there for the man to pursue. Now, I know some fellas that might feel like, well, sometimes I don't want to have to, jump through hoops just to, get to a certain point. You're supposed to be my lady. Why I got to do all that? Now, I'm not saying that he's not supposed to do certain things to lighten the mood, to bring that energy back, that flame back. But at the same time, women, y'all ain't off the hook. Because, I mean, this is male translation, so I'm going to lay it down for the men. Really, I feel like sometimes that women, y'all actually take the back seat and feel like, well, you're supposed to be chasing me all day, every day. So when it go down, it's up to you to initiate it. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know, fellas, I might not want to say nothing, but I know it's men out there that might feel like, well, sometimes, like, I want to see you come my way.
All the time.
Yeah. So like Pastor Doja say, be ready. Sometimes it's like
ready and willing.
So I don't feel like I'm tripping if I say that some women.
No, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. No, you ain't wrong. Yeah. Because I think, like I said, I think it's on both sides. I just think that most people in the beginning, man, people meet each other like they at a job interview, and you don't really know. And by the time you want to tell her, by the time she really want to tell you, and then like I said this once before, if the honesty part comes out from a godly perspective, nobody usually did it right. So now, when it comes to sexual stuff and who you did and who chased you and what you did, now you almost telling her you like it like this, but you like it like that because of somebody else. And then now the man feeling bad or she feeling bad, but she's saying, that little stuff you doing, I want like that. And so all of that comes into play, all because nobody really did it right. We bring all the people in the room with us, and then you wonder why you sitting back because you thinking, well, I sat back with Craig, and you said I sat back, but I wish Shaquita, she did it. And so all of that, it comes back, I think what you said, it comes down to communication. And I think that vulnerability in relationships is tough. To say, guess what? I straight up like it like this. I'm sorry, I did it wrong. I kind of picked this up back in 02,
and I hope you can love me through all of it. You know what I mean? And,
Right, but that transparency got to be there. And a lot of times people they have a fearfulness when talking about those type of things.
Because you don't want to feel like you this old lustful, dirty dog, like walk around all day. Look at your nasty self. Always want to say, put some drawers on. Look at you. You don't want to feel like you're a pervert everywhere you go. Man.
But I feel like that bridge got to get crossed at some point, because in the end you end up putting the front for the lady you with, and the same vice versa. Because if you're not being completely honest with her and saying, like you say, hey man, this is me, this is who I am, this is me in every sense of the word. Hope you can accept me for who I am. Most people won't do that, and that's why I feel like sometimes you got men that will lust and go off and astray because hey, they feel that they can be vulnerable with that other person because they don't got nothing to lose.
But let me stick up for the women.
Go ahead.
It really ain't their fault that you lied.
What you mean?
Like, I mean, I'm just being honest, like, it ain't their fault that you played them and made them feel like you were good, then all of a sudden you got this itch today that's uncontrollable.
Yeah.
She was like, you was cool last week, and
Wait,
you said you love me.
What was lie? What was lie?
What was lie? What I'm saying is that you can't give up on the perception that you're good, and then a year in, say like, I ain't never like that. I always wanted that. I think sometimes, man, we tolerate stuff, we be quiet with stuff, we run our mouth about other stuff, but we be quiet about stuff that one day we gotta eat. Right. Most times it don't just start. It's just like I tell a woman, you can meet no crazy man. He just get crazy today. You know what I mean? But crazy, but just no different. Your woman wasn't really sexually on fire like you. She ain't just got like that. You just was thinking, maybe if I do this, she'll do this.
How we know she lied to me?
Hey, amen.
Cause I asked some laundry out. Cause I don't mind putting my business out.
No, but women don't want to be like that.
Nah, y'all all the time too. I done met women and they act like they wanna hunch every day, and now they got me all excited.
They really
And they want to really buy that. They're like, wait, you doing too much? Well, it was all cool just a week ago. Now you talking about slow down. No, it don't work like that. Now let me just make this disclaimer for y'all. This is the third one. I'm really just up here for the jokes and stuff. That's the only reason I want to come on. I don't really have a lot of smart stuff to say. You stop with me and you say, man, I think it'd be great for the family. You can bring the jokes, let people know you're the funny man around the city. So that's all you can expect from me. Every now and then I might drop a Jew. Bean. Like, you know what? That boy, all right. I chime in when I can chime in, but just expect jokes from me. Pastor Doja, you holding it down over there. You keep doing your thing. I just want to put that out there right quick. I don't need nobody looking at me. He's just a fool up there. That's all I'm here for. That's all I'm here for. So don't be asking me for no advice or none of that. Now, when it comes to this hunting thing, no, I'm serious.
No, I'm saying, so okay, I want to start with you, Bobby. What would you feel could remedy some of these issues, both with men, or you feel like what women could do to help, their men keep it at home? I'm not saying it's on the women. Don't get me wrong, man.
Yeah,
So
that's not, because it ain't, you gotta control yourself.
I know, I just seen you turn up right there. Was like, no. But what would you could say, or to the women that would help remedy the issue with their men, maybe, directing more of their attention to them instead of some other side women or chicks on in the street?
It all goes back to knowing the person that you're with, and not just verbally knowing them, but their actions and what they like. It's better to listen and pay, listen and observe than always talk, and that's why, you get the old wisdom from the older ladies. It's better to observe your man and know what he like, and then talk. You'll figure it out. I mean, nobody, going back to what you were saying about people being honest and open and telling the truth, no woman want to come out and say, hey baby, this is what I like, this is how I want it done, can you do it that way? And then he'll measure up to it, then you like, well, I think we need to get in the voice now.
Yeah.
What you got on?
Yeah. God, already divorcing?
So how
The devil is a liar. Listen, I believe what you're saying is true. I just think that to put it together, I tell people all the time, I believe people have way more weddings than they have marriages. The Bible talks about that for this cause a man should leave his father and mother, and he should cleave to his wife. That cleaving is a knitting word. That stuff just comes with time. And so some stuff you just can't get overnight. It's just some of the things that most of us are dreaming about. We want this kind of success. You want a great marriage. You want him to make great money. I want to be able to take trips. I want a great sex life. And a lot of that stuff just comes in time, and you can't get that and sometimes in 6 months or a year. You know, it takes time to build, and it's tough because both of y'all gotta want it together.
Okay, now this just jumped in my head. Now, I'm finna be for real right here. Now, a woman did tell me this right here. We'll bring it back to maybe women do love more than men sexually. Because she said, I hear a lot of women say it. If I get with a man that I haven't been intimate with, and when we finally get together, he can be nice, he can have money, and whatever. But that PP there about nothing, it's over. Now, I also heard women say, you know, hey, if I've been kicking it with this man and we've been intimate and we got married, and that bedroom boom went right, it's over. So women, how you feel about that? Is you gonna get this man 3 to 6 months for that bedroom boom to grow? Or is she gonna say, no, I can't do it, dog? Because men do it all the time. Men do it all the time. I mold my wife. She ain't know everything I like, but I hung in there. I hung in there. Guess what? I'm still hanging in there. But she keep on trying. But I done heard women say, nah, if he ain't coming with it first go round, he out.
I think that's immature because you can't just, like I said, you can't come out and say, I'm gonna need you to do this for this amount of time and switch up and do this. No, they have to learn you. No, I'm not.
Go ahead, Mom, speak on.
You have to learn the person that you're with, and you're right. It doesn't come overnight because I think that's like tacky to come out and say, I need this, this, this. No, they have to learn your body, know what you like, you know. And if you can't get that in
this male translations, Dominique, we supposed to be keeping it real. Ladies, don't lie in the audience right now. We grown. It's a grown panel.
Right.
Y'all done got up and said, man, this ain't about nothing. I'm not calling you back. I done been on the end of that before. Nah, bro, I can't do nothing with you. Funny, you cool, we can kick it. But you can't get this one.
It happens, yes, it happens.
That's so shallow.
That's what I'm saying. Some people don't want to learn. You gotta know your mate. If your mate want to learn.
But see, y'all done invested all this time into the man, getting to know him, and like he's making decent money, doing all right by himself, and he's a man of God, whatever, And so now you done invested time and energy in this man. Then when you get to that point, now you gonna just come?
Cause the lust didn't live up to the expectation.
I'm telling you.
It's wrong. If you want, it's like a contract. If you don't want to work,
Big Pastor Doors, he thinking about it right now. Come on, talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I just think, man, that's so flawed. Think about what you're saying. You're saying, hey, man, if you don't live up to all the jokers that didn't work out in my life, and I'm bringing all them in the room with me, if you don't live up to that, then you ain't a great dude. Like, you're gonna be by yourself.
You're gonna be by yourself.
Like, cause love is way more, and men do it too. Oh man, she ain't thick enough, she ain't got pretty enough. Man, you finna bring every woman, your woman gotta compete with every chick you ever been with.
Or seen, or just want it.
Man, you're gonna be by yourself, dog. That's real shallow understanding of love. And you can't think your whole life you're gonna be chasing sex. Like, that's great, but that's the reason why we live in such a sexual world, because it's the quickest vacation of love that you can get.
Yeah.
That's why everybody jump on it.
Yeah.
It's the quickest vacation of love. I don't even care if you think you got a real good man, but y'all have sex for them 30 minutes, you on vacation.
30 minutes well. What that is, something to eat?
Oh, man.
Nah.
I'm just saying that's the quickest vacation in the world. That's why we live in such a sexual world. People will give up everything for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? They'll take that risk because that's the quickest vacation you go. Most times you don't get it. But
that's real good
I
stuff.
just,
No,
I'm with you, but I'm just like, come on, you can't. That ain't fair to it.
No, it's not fair because with women, I can speak for myself. It's not just sexual. Everything have to work together. Like, oh, he paid the bill on time. I didn't even have to ask him to take out the trash.
True.
You know what?
True.
Come on. You know
What? Off the
No,
bill?
I'm saying it's a build-up. It's not just sex. If he's sexually satisfying me. No, if he's satisfying across the board, you ain't gonna be a 10 all the time. Your woman ain't gonna be a 10 all the time. You may be a 7 here and a 5 here, but you gotta even it out.
Right, and what you willing to deal with.
And I just think that with women, I believe it's more to just sex. It's a build-up of different things. It's a build-up of dates. It's a build-up of keeping someone interested. You know?
Right.
It's not just sex, and I can't speak for the women who just cut people off for sex. Now I have before. That was when you were young and immature and you don't know. But
You had before, but it just was.
Right.
we all have done some things we haven't been proud of. But
Yeah, that's right. That's cool. So we're going to end that right there. What I did want to say was it seems like, you know, for lust in men, oftentimes it does have to do with the communication. Like Pastor Doja said, you know, that vulnerability, most men, they don't want to go through. They don't want to open themselves up all the way and look like a nasty joke out here, even though that might be who they really are. But at the same time, you know,
You
women,
don't want to hear you nasty.
right?
You know.
But sometimes you got to go through that because if she's not willing to satisfy you, then you end up going, you know, be searching for that satisfaction elsewhere, even though you're still in a relationship with her. And so we're trying to get away from, you know, the men actually looking elsewhere when they have some woman that can actually provide everything that they're looking for in their relationship. But it's going to come down to that willingness to actually speak up and go through that, you know, perception of being nasty or whatever, just so you can get her to understand, hey, look, man, regardless of how you feel, it's me. And most men don't do that. So, you know, and then women too, like I said, communication. Women, y'all got to understand where y'all men are and who your man is, you know what I mean? So when you're talking to him, you can't just automatically judge him off the bat because all of us men have some similarities. So, you know, when you're talking to your man, you got to understand, okay, well, if he is satisfying across the board, but he might not be a 10 in all places, you still have to have some level of understanding of, okay, well, if he is doing all he can, he's treating me right, he's doing right by me, he's loyal, he's, you know, he's kind, he's honest, I can trust him, then there should be no reason for you to be just holding out, you know. And so I understand y'all with kids, and no, I'm serious. Now I understand with kids and things going on that, you know, you ain't gonna have that time to do everything we want you to do on site. But at the same time, if you talk to your man and understand his needs as well, you know, like you said, we're more prone to probably act on that lust than women. But if you understand that your man has a level of drive in him, then you might say, okay, well, I know my man, I know what he needs. Let me make sure that I'm the only one that's on his mind. And I think, you know, both sides find satisfaction from the other if they do that.
Yeah, you won this round, Clarence. He beat you.
So now that's all I'm gonna say, man. But we're also going to extend offer to anybody in the crowd. A couple folks, if y'all want to have a question, if y'all want to speak to something that we might have said, or if you want to add something into that, y'all welcome to. We give y'all the opportunity. So if there's anybody that would like to say something, have something to say, to add in, it's your chance.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Come on. Now, go ahead. Okay, I got you. Don't worry about it. Go ahead, Chiree. Oh, hold on. I don't mean to cut you off, but this is Chiree Armstead. She is one of my YouTube subscribers. She flew out from Washington. Greatly appreciate her. This is the second time she came out. So I want to extend my gratitude for flying out again to check out the podcast. So what you got?
Actually, when I knew you guys were going to do this topic, I got really excited. I just happened randomly to come across a channel on YouTube that talked about lust.
Mm-hmm.
This particular channel talks about different topics and ties it into the Bible.
Right.
And so when it talks about lust, I actually ended up taking some notes on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it talks about lust and how it ties into the Jezebel spirit.
Mm.
Whether you are...
Preach.
Whether you're single or married, especially when you're married, you have a liability in your life. And so when another person's involved, it becomes a lot more serious than I think somebody who does not have anybody in their life, somebody who's single.
Right.
So it talks about how the term Jezebel comes from the Bible, comes from books of 1 Kings and 2 Kings. And Jezebel was, she was known as an evil and controlling wife of Ahab, who ruled over the northern kingdom of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a very bewitching and seductive spirit about her, thus the moniker, the Jezebel spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And this spirit manifests itself to this day, seducing millions of people.
Right.
And it talks about the modern Jezebel, and it's a dominating spirit that works through the lust of the flesh, through the eyes, and through the pride of life.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of goes back to what Dominique was talking about, how
Right.
women are more prone to the spirit, and men often become victims.
Victim.
And I'm one of those people, I like to know where something...
I told you.
I told you he get defeated with somebody.
The devil got a hold on me, Lord. Help me. I'm weak, boy.
You know, because I think it's important. Lust can, it's one of the higher evil spirits. People don't really realize it. It feels kind of natural and normal to see a woman or whatever, but it can become very, very dangerous. And so I wanted to like just bring that out so people are more conscientious of what they're doing and more aware of their behavior and why they're doing something. I think that's really, really
Amen. Listen, everything's true. Because the truth of the matter is, most of us, we deny from a spiritual perspective. That's you know, the Bible says God's a spirit and we worship the spirit of truth. And so most times we don't really understand that you're exchanging more than fluids with somebody. And then you wonder why you hate her and she called the police on you, but you still want to call her back. Because it's something stronger than what you see. And from, you know, I don't want to preach. She certainly did, but certainly when you start having those spiritual issues, you need God to come in and make a way for you. So, you know, 8:30 at church. So.
I'm gonna be there.